race that you were keen to get involved in?
Oh, well, all of them are, JT.
You hesitated for a second. I was a bit worried.
I'm keener in some races than others, but no, this was a good race. So I thought it's interesting the money and support for Rhinoceros, because I actually thought Regal Azmon was we worked that meeting.
That was a big win.
It was a big win.
We'll have a look at it, but we'll start with Rhinoceros, who's a horse that has won here at the Valley before, and he's coming off a pretty good run at Sandown last start.
Definitely. It was a decent enough race as well, so that has to be said. And Rhinoceros has got a run style that you like. I don't think they'll be too far away in the run. And like you said, this effort behind St Lawrence, he's a different class, St Lawrence, but you take him out, Rhinoceros has gone pretty well, beaten a tick under 4 lengths. Most were pretty well held, but he's building nicely. It was clearly his best run, even though he was beaten the biggest sort of a reasonable margin. His effort prior behind Paldora had excuses. He was well back in that race, and they didn't go that quick at Cranbourne and probably needed the first up run. So he should be ready now, Rhinoceros, and this looks a nice option for him. You
mentioned Regal Azmon, who is a last start Friday night winner at Cranbourne. We worked that meeting, and I think everyone in the studio and everyone on track and watching at home was pretty taken with this performance visually. Came from well back and won nicely.
It was a night where that inside section was clearly better. So not many horses did what he did. Most of those that were up there on the inside kicked away and won. And he was looking for a run at this stage, Jamie Mott, and ends up ducking back to the inside. Gee, it was a great ride, wasn't it? And Regal Azmon did the rest. But even the post-race interview with the Stokes team, I think they've had a bit of an opinion with this horse. Yep. And his closing sections, well, that was the best final 200 at the whole meeting. So he's quite a nice horse.
Quaddy time on racing.com. Horses in the yard for race 5. Let's head inside.
This mounting yard is brought to you by Fuse by King G. Exclusive to Totally Workwear.
Spanish Schnitzel is the first horse that we take a look at, horse number 2 for Con Kelly and Alana Kelly.
But on the quick backup, competed at Bendigo behind Electric Bell on the weekend. Look, it wasn't a bad run, so you'd imagine it'll be that little bit fitter as well with that run under the belt. And we've seen this horse run well at Mooney Valley without winning, so I think going to the mile second up on the backup, all positives.
Must have had a few good days since that run, Hutch, because he firstly looks nice and fit second up. I don't know how forward he was first up, but he certainly looks like he's either taken some improvement or he was forward to start the preparation, and the fact that he's here so quickly on the backups are positive. He's stepping out well.
JT and yourself had a look at Rhinoceros's last start performance. Emily and David Brown. Blake Shin takes the ride, coming off that third at Sandown with the blinkers on again.
Started $5 in that race, so there was some market expectation, and it was a nice enough performance. No match for a very impressive winner going places, but fit now, sticks to the mile, and we've seen Rhinoceros's best form more than good enough to win a race here, and he actually has been a winner at this track.
He takes the eye with that really rich dark coat. He's nice and engaged with the blinkers on. His coat looks in great order. He's stepping out well, so he's certainly parading one of the better for this race.
Luke Oliver and Hannah Edgley combine with Supreme Belief.
I didn't mind the run from Supreme Belief last start at the Valley. It got a long way back, and just from that barrier they were quite negative, and I think they might be a touch closer tonight. It actually worked home pretty well, so this was one that I thought could potentially be a little bit bigger in the market and maybe worth a spec, but the market's clearly found him, and he's only $6.50, but he's definitely a winning chance.
Nice and relaxed, parading well and deep into the preparation, holding good conditions, so been maintained well.
James Fraser and Kieran Coulty combine with Ghost Doctor.
That they do, and another one that's been pretty consistent the last few starts. Went forward last time out. Look, it wasn't much pressure in that race. It was a decent enough run, but I was looking elsewhere.
The Doctor's going out on the track early, but he does look fit and well, and his coat was in good order, and it's not unusual for him to just get out on the track as early as possible.
We saw a really impressive performance from Regal Azmon last time out. Philip Stokes trains, Jamie Rock rides.
That we do, yeah. I think just has a little bit more upside than most in the lineup, and that was a terrific performance at Cranbourne last time out. Like I said, on the night, a lot of horses were up and in and near the inside. Now, he did rally back towards that inside section, but he settled well back in the field and showed a brilliant turn of foot, so I think he can go on with it.
He's still bright and alert at this stage of the preparation, so he still looks quite sharp, and he's trained on nicely since that run, progressing well, no knock at all.
Gerald Egan and Logan McNeil combine with Lima Spice.
Finished 7th of 7, of course. last week behind Extreme Step. They didn't go that quick, so the tempo was against, and he worked home okay, but just mathematically it was a bridge too far. Interestingly, they're on the back up, they're stepping up to a mile, so I wonder if that'll suit her.
Horse that can get a little bit nervy in the yard, not unusual for her to do that. Gerald Egan helping with the handling in the yard, having a little bit of a flank sweat, but it's not ideally what you'd like to see, but it's not unusual for her.
Dixie Belt is the next horse that we take a look at, horse number 8 for Mick and Luke Serkey, already with a winner on the card.
Yeah, so they'll be looking to add to their tally. This horse did finish second behind Numpty last start up, and I thought was well rated in that role. This is a stronger race and up in grade, so it makes it a harder task.
Lovely style of horse though, and as you expect, so many of the So You Thinks are, but stepping out well, nice and fit.
Heavenly Eagle for Stephen Brown and Craig Williams.
Form's been a little mixed this prep. Look, I've no doubt at all that his best form's good enough to win this race. He's safe-ish in the market. It's a high rating race he comes out of, where he never really got into it behind River Plate. So it was quite a strong contest, very high rating Class 1 actually, but he's good enough and he could certainly bounce back.
Seen a bit of him this prep, and he's hard fit now and deep enough into the preparation, so I'd say the stable's got him going as well as he can, and he's not showing any signs of training off in the yard.
Switching back to horse number 1, Master Batholdi for Liam Howley and Harry Coffey.
Yeah, the good services are positive. It comes out of the Tatura Cup where he ran well beaten behind Turbo. So look, this is an easier race for him, but as a consequence he goes up 7.5 kilos, but he'll get an economical run. He won't be too far away, but I was looking elsewhere.
He can get forward and on the bridle in the yard. That's not unusual for him, but he's fit and healthy, and for him it was quite a good parade.
Those are the runners for race number 5, the first leg of the quaddie. Which way are you going, Hutch?
Yeah, I like to Regal Azmon. I'm quite excited by this horse's prospects actually going forward. He's a 5-year-old, but he's only had 6 starts, and we saw that terrific turn of foot from him last time out. I thought Supreme Belief might be double figures actually, not getting that, but could be in the game here. Rhinoceros obviously on the back of that effort last time out at Sandown, and Heavenly Eagle I found a difficult one to assess, but I'm with Regal Azmon.
And no knock at all on Regal Azmon from the yard, Hutch. I think he's improved since that most recent run, parading well, still looked nice and bright, but I love the parade of number 3, Rhinoceros. He's got that lovely dark coat that probably always draws you in, but I like the way he's progressing this preparation. I thought his coat looked really healthy. He was stepping out well. He was the pick of the yard for me, number 3, Rhinoceros.
Well, punters are definitely favouring Rhinoceros here ahead of Regal Azmon, which is Warren's pick of the yard. There was hardly anything between them throughout the betting, but just in the last 10 minutes or so, we're seeing a push towards Rhinoceros rather than Regal Azmon. But having said that, I mean, there's no knock at the price for Regal Azmon. He'll probably get out of touch, but he's still rock solid from that opening quote of $3.80 into $3.50. Heavenly Eagle is also solid enough at the $6, and everything else is sort of holding its price or about to get out again. So if you like any of those at double figures, I would suggest waiting until the jump or just before the jump time. As we speak, Regal Azmon out to $3.60 and Rhinoceros our $3.10 favourite.
And that favourite is trained by Emily Brown, who is good enough to join me to give us some insight into this horse. He's the pick of the yard. He's the well-backed favourite. Can he go out there and justify that?
I hope so. You know, he's taken a little while to come back. He went through a real low after he was gelded. This is probably the best he's been since being gelded. He really struggled to get back his best form, but I think his last couple of runs have shown he's almost back.
As a man, I can forgive him for feeling a little bit flat after that sort of operation, but have you seen that improvement every time he's gone to the races? Obviously he was very good last start.
Yeah, and like even his coat and like his whole build and everything is looking a lot better. It did take him a little while. Yeah, as you say, it's a pretty hard procedure, especially being an older horse when it happened.
We saw last start, he was, he's got tactical versatility, but last day he was able to go forward, put himself up on the speed. Are you wanting to see him ridden in a similar way tonight, or are you happy to sort of sit back and watch it unfold?
I think he's definitely a horse you have to let him come out the gates and he chooses where he's going. He's actually really well named. He's a bit, where he wants to do stuff is where he's happy. So we've said to him, if he wants to go forward, just be there. Obviously he has his tactical speed, but yeah, we've just left it to Blake. He's a bloody good jockey, so can't go wrong.
He's a good jockey. Hopefully the horse is happy out there, and hopefully you're happy in the winner's stall afterwards. Good luck.
I'd like to think so.
There she is, Emily Brown, talking about the chances of Rhinoceros, who looked absolutely magnificent in the yard and has been heavily supported. You are with Regal Azmon from that last start performance. He looks quite exciting, Hutch, but It does look as though the market's trending towards Rhinoceros at this stage.
Might be a map thing too, because Rhinoceros will be definitely ahead of him in the run. We know where Regal Azmon will be, so I can understand that. But yeah, if you like to follow the market, Rhinoceros is the way.
Just out of the last race, Warren, there was a little bit of interference on the bend.
Yeah, talking to Corey Waller then as he was heading down to have a look at this race from the stewards panel, said the stewards haven't finalised anything yet, but they're looking into an incident around about the 500-metre mark, so there could be further news to come out of the last race.
Well, here it is, the first leg of the quaddie. Warren is with Rhinoceros and Hutch is with Regal Azmon. Let's head up to Matt Hill for his call.
Just about right here for the running of race number 5. The Dameco handicap at 1,600 metres. Ghost Doctor has gone in. Rhinoceros standing well as Spanish Schnitzel completes the line and the field is set. They're ready. Set and away they go. Pretty good line. Dixie Bill tried to anticipate the start. It's the leader with Ghost Doctor early. Master Bartoldi holding its space on the fence, and then Supreme Belief and Heavenly Eagle. Rhinoceros behind those, midfield, tracked by the favourite at this point, Regal Azmon, who then tucks in on the fence. Second last, Lima Spice, and Spanish Schnitzel is last. Dixie Built is the leader to the back section with 1,100 metres to go. By over a length, Ghost Doctor, Master Bartoldi. Fourth in the race, Supreme Belief. A length and a quarter away is Heavenly Eagle. And then came Rhinoceros, two further back, Lima Spice, Regal Azmon and Spanish Schnitzel last. Dixie Built is the front runner and kept them running at a neutral speed off the back by a length and three quarters, Ghost Doctor. Master Bartoldi is third, and then came Supreme Belief, a length and a quarter, Heavenly Eagle, and then came Rhinoceros spotting the pace about 5. 2 lengths, Regal Azmon, Lima Spice and Spanish Schnitzel just niggled at the back of the field by the school. 600 metres to go. Dixie Built, 3/4 of a length, Ghost Doctor. Supreme Belief hooked out 3 deep. Rhinoceros has got something to follow. Master Bartoldi the inside. Heavenly Eagle is behind a tiring horse at that stage, and then came Regal Azmon, who's 4 off the lead as the field clutter up. Dixie Built with Supreme Belief. Rhinoceros at the 300 metres is joining in. Heavenly Eagle needs a run badly, and Master Bartoldi behind them. Supreme Belief at the 200 metres took the front from Dixie Built. Rhinoceros, Heavenly Eagle, and now Regal Azmon down the outside is stomping home just like last start. Big finish at the 50. Rhinoceros, Regal Azmon, stride for stride. It's a head bobber. Regal Azmon's got the advantage of being wide. Regal Azmon, Rhinoceros in a photo, and they were followed by a wall of them. Supreme Belief prominent, Master Bartoldi and Spanish Schnitzel with Dixie Built, and then Ghost Doctor, a gap, Lima Spice and Heavenly Eagle at the tail of the field, and the winner is Regal Azmon.
Oh, another rib tickler to finish off proceedings there. It was all going to be about Regal Azmon, but he was so tough, Rhinoceros, just fighting back every step of the way. But in the end, it was Regal Azmon who was able to get the bobbin on the line. Another thrilling finish.
Yeah, it sure was, wasn't it? The two principals in the market, and didn't go the way of the late money in Rhinoceros, who was very brave, it has to be said. But that finishing burst from Regal Azmon under a really good drive there late from Jamie Mott. Yeah, no disgrace in being beaten by that horse. He's clearly going places, and looks like Dyson Hattle might be in the ownership as well. You're not an Essendon man, as we know, Warren, but good to see the footy boys enjoying the win.
Great to see a bit of cross-code promotion there, and gee, you've got some work to do for a ride of the night decision tonight, Hutch. It was plenty of talk about Craig Williams and the ride on Eaton, but from a potentially awkward spot in the fence there, Jamie Mott's got onto the back of the right horse. That was just an outstanding ride.
Yeah, it certainly was an outstanding ride. Another outstanding finish as well. Regal Azmon taking out race number 5. Rhinoceros running second. Spanish Schnitzel and Supreme Belief. And Heavenly Eagle back in the field, who was very unlucky. Let's head to JT.
Yeah, I've got Michael Harrison down here from Philip Stokes' stable in the winner's stall. And, gee, this horse knows how to find the line, and he knows where it is too.
Yeah, that's 2 in a row now, and he just keeps coming. Yeah. So, great win. We thought the track might have not played to our favour and the way the race was run, but look, the horse has done a great job to get him over the line, and a great ride by Motti again. Was the thought from Phil and the team coming here that he'd take an improvement from that last start win, and if he got the breaks that he would be in the finish? Well, we knew last start he was very unlucky and he still won. Yeah. We knew there was improvement to come, so we gave him the option to come into town, and look, he's just done it for us again.
Do you know much about his story? Like, he's obviously quite lightly raced. He's not a young horse. Do you sort of know what what the story has been with why he's so lightly raced and why we're sort of only starting to see his best form now?
We had a few setbacks early on, as all young horses can have, and it's just been a work in progress. And Phil really took his time, and the team at home really took their time just bringing him on. And look, we started off very slow. We didn't know what to think, but he just keeps ticking all the boxes as he goes along. And we don't know how far he's going to go. We'll just keep riding the cloud while it's here. Well,
enjoy it for now. Hopefully you don't find the ceiling for a few more runs. Go and enjoy this one.
Thanks, mate.
Michael Harrison there from the Phillip Stokes yard. And Jamie Mott's building a really nice association with this horse. Some great scenes there with the Regal Bloodstock crew. They've got a nice horse on their hands in the form of Regal Azmon. And Jamie, back-to-back wins on this horse who he leaves it late. He's got an exciting racing style, but he knows where the finish line is.
Yeah, he does. I really like him. It was a great win the other day at Cranbourne, and today I just wanted to ride him the same and ended up on the back of Blake Shin, who was the one to beat. Really happy with the run we had, and when it was time to go, I was a little concerned because he didn't show that turn of foot like he did last time. It was more sort of workmanlike today, and I suppose I'd really like to see him on like a Sandown or something, or even a Flemington where he can really wind up, because he's shown a good sharp turn of foot today, and he showed a nice long sustained run tonight. But he's definitely a horse going places.
He's another pleasing element. It looked like the favourite to your inside Rhinoceros. When you did head him, he sort of found again, but Yorbo, wanted to win and was happy to fight it out.
Yeah, definitely, and he'll get further too, so no doubt he'll get 2,000 metres in time. But look, he's a really exciting horse, and I was really taken with his win last preparation. Also at Pakenham, he then sort of might have had enough into that prep, but I think he's fully furnished now, and he's definitely going to be an exciting horse for his connections in the Stokes team.
There's a photo for you to jump in there, mate. Well done.
Cheers, James.
There he is, Jamie Mott, the rider of Regal Azmon. A really nice performance from him tonight. We've seen some good performances throughout the night, and Regal Azmon can add to the list. As we head to a break on racing.com, stay with us. Race number 6 on the other side.